December 4th, 2014. Some housekeeping items. If any member of the audience wishes to speak to an item on the agenda, there are speaker request forms to the left of the dais. Please fill out the request with the agenda number of the item you wish to speak to and hand it to the secretary. Cell phones and electronic devices. At this time, we would like to ask that any member of the audience that has a cell phone or other electronic device that you either turn it off or turn the ringer to silent. If you need to take a call, please slip out to the hallway so that the meeting will not be disrupted. Consent calendar. Items 1 through 6 have been placed on the consent calendar and may be approved as a group. Action will be taken on all consent items in accordance with staff recommendation by a single vote. Any item may be removed from the consent calendar by any planning commissioner, staff member, audience member for separate consideration at this time. The findings of the Planning Commission are recommendations to City Council. The City Council will make the final decision with the exception of the following item. Item 4, 14 PD 040. The Rapid City Planning Commission's actions on this item is final unless any party appeals the decision to the Rapid City Council. All appeals must be submitted in writing to Community Planning and Development Services Department by the close of business on the 7th full calendar day following action by the Planning Commission. Are there any items 1 through 6 to consider for separate consideration?
Item number 6, please.
Thank you. Are there any items 1 through 6 that Planning Commission member would like removed from the consent calendar? Any audience member need an item from 1 through 6 to be removed? The chair would entertain a motion to approve this consent calendar, items 1 through 5. Motion to approve. Tim made the motion and Dennis seconded the motion to approve items 1 through 5 on the consent calendar. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passed. Item number 6.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Item number 6 is a preliminary subdivision plan to create 3 lots and a subdivision to be known as Red Rock Shadows. This is out located between Muirfield and Dunsmore Road. The applicant has requested that this item be continued to your January 8th Planning Commission meeting, and that would be our recommendation.
Motion's been made and seconded. Move 14 PL078 to the January 7th Planning Commission meeting. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passed. Consent calendar. No, excuse me. Regular agenda items.
Item number 7 is a major amendment to a plan development. This was continued from the previous Planning Commission meeting to allow the applicant to meet the notification requirements. The applicant was still unable to meet those requirements and has requested that the item be continued to the January 8th Planning Commission meeting, and that's staff's recommendation.
Yes. John.
I'll make the motion to continue for discussion, but I do have a question.
Yes. Motion's been made and seconded.
Do you have any photos of the setback area on the screen?
We can pull something up.
The reason I ask, and if this is inappropriate, why, let me know, but I'm familiar with that cul-de-sac, and so the setback reduction from 20 to 8 is simply on the number, or are there visual reasons that that cul-de-sac might not want that kind of setback?
The applicant's requesting the reduction in setback due to topography, I believe, on the south side of the property. Here it's on the, oh, now it's going through.
Right, and I think I understand, and I'll save that discussion for when it comes back as an agenda item. My question is whether the recommendation by the department is simply on how big the number is versus whether it really has a setback of only 8 feet has a material effect on the safety or ordinance in that cul-de-sac.
Certainly, the applicant doesn't expect us to discuss it today, to
I
stand up
understand, and I'm not
lead-
asking about this. I'm asking about the difference between what would be 20 feet and 8 feet? Is that?
Yes.
It's the size, whether it's this or any other person asked for a setback.
Yeah. What we look at when we're looking at a reduction in setback is there a reasonable building envelope left on the property without reducing the setback to the requested amount? What's the topographic constraints that would be on the property? And had they, at the time of platting the property, demonstrated a reasonable building envelope? So that's kind of some standard criteria that we look at, and that was what we used in basing our recommendation here.
Thank you, that was what I was looking for.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor of moving this item to the January 8th, and please change the other item, I think I said 7th and I should have said 8th, to the January 8th meeting. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? And then I have to share too, Jan is not with us today because he has the flu, so we're wishing him a speedy recovery, but we appreciate the fact that he stayed in trying to get himself healthy. And then we don't have another meeting now until January 8th, and I would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a wonderful holiday season. Then we have some discussion items, Vicki?
Not actually. I just wanted to thank each of you as Planning Commission members for the time that you do dedicate to the services of this city, and please enjoy some of the caramel rolls that we brought you today to kick off the holiday season, and happy holidays to each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us today. Meeting adjourned. Oh, I guess we need a motion. Motion. Second. Motion's been made by Tim, seconded by Eric, to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? You just set a new record. I'm a keeper.